Hello, everyone, and welcome to An Evening Wit, W-I-T Heidi, the multi-variety show. And this is a soda pop. I shouldn't have took it off. I took it off. I want you guys to see it before I took it off. This is a soda pop lip gloss. Isn't it cute? An orange flavor soda pop with a little knob on it. And it tastes exactly like an orange cola. It is this color. It is a little stick up. And I'm putting it on my lips. And it has like a balm. Make sure I don't have no white stuff. I'll be putting cream on my face. And there be white stuff everywhere. And it's just a clear. It's just a clear. If I can tone that down a little bit. Like a little peel, and I feel a little stuff off my skin. I think I peeled some, see? And it's a clear, like a little balm. It's a balm. And I rubbed a hole in it. And this is a teal, dark teal, pencil, cream pencil, like a cream pencil. And these are pearl earrings. And this one is a African earring, red, yellow, green, and black. Black on the end here. As you turn it around, you see the black. And also, these were pierced, and I turned them into a clip with a pearl. I don't know, these things turn around however they want to turn around, baby. And this is one of my little hair wraps. And I got the little afro puff going on here. All right, now, so I'm going to put this soda pop lip gloss up. And turn a little light on because I can't see. Anyway, I'll put it over here. So, you guys, I wanted to talk to you real quick about a couple of things. I was just in the middle of watching a show, a village show. And these village shows be having me going. I tell you, I'll be going. And I was watching a show where this young lady was pregnant. And her and her husband went to a festival. And it was all about what he wanted to get, you know. And he didn't even ask her, did she want a cold drink? Or even just attempt to just buy her. You know, she's pregnant, so she needs plenty of fluids. Not just water. You know what I'm saying? Whatever kind of drink she likes. She likes a lot of juice. She don't like a lot of pop. She likes a little pop. But get like a 6-pack of something. You know what I'm saying? And she went and looked at a scarf and just was afraid to say what I want. And she loves the ground this guy walks on. She could have said, hey, I want a scarf. But he mainly was getting these. And I think they're getting a portion of their YouTube. And it's best that they get their own YouTube channel. That way all the funds go to them directly. Then they take their 40% out from what I heard allegedly. And then give the cameraman a percentage. Because at this point, they're taking 40% out. And the cameraman's getting the whole thing. And he's giving them a card to get what they need when they have needs. And it shouldn't be that way. If the show is about them, they should get the majority. And the cameraman should get something for filming. It should not be he's filming and he gets all the money because he's filming. Her sister was smart enough to go get her own show. And she got a filmer and let them know, hey, you'll get a percentage. That's just smart. And also, and then they don't have no heater. She's pregnant, no heater. The brother getting ready to leave because he's tired of seeing what's going on. He out there in the freezing cold, and the daddy wants them to marry traditionally ways and all related with cousins and all that. And the father came towards the pregnant wife with a stick. He didn't do nothing. But when it comes to his family, but he ready to go to all out war for his family. He don't care. He ready to go all out for war. the brother stepped in and ran towards the father to protect the wife. He said the wife shouldn't be doing nothing. So whoever he chooses to marry, she's going to be treated like a queen. He wobbles his head and got crooked feet. He's real funny. But I think he took my advice when he read the comments. I said, look, you need to get a job, a good job. If you want to be with her sister, file for a divorce. Help her file for a divorce from her cousin, because she's married to her cousin. And help her get that divorce from her cousin. And then let him keep the child. The child has deformities. So let the child stay with the dad or the stepmom, or have her put into one of those live-in schools and go by and visit her. Because that's going to be a problem with any relationship. So that you can have normal babies. A lot of them can't walk. A lot of them have deformities due to family marriages. And this is one of the things that one of the guys is trying to teach. But he's a little cocky, his old to me. Because what man won't get his wife a heater? He could have went and got a heater. Daddy pushed her twice. He didn't do nothing. Then he came at her with a stick. And then his brother had to jump in and do something. He just stood there and didn't do nothing. And then when one of the ladies said, she's pregnant, calm down, we shouldn't be doing this, she's pregnant. He kicks a bowl like he didn't care. And the son didn't do nothing. But when it comes to his uncle, baby, he went to war for his uncle, baby. He was like, he went all the way street gangster with it. I was like, but he cared a lot about her. But to me, he don't act like a virgin. He might be. I'm not going to say he wasn't, but he don't act like one. He a little too freelance happy. Find everything, and she just standing there, just sitting there watching. Most of them do. They're afraid. I had to get one woman to start asking for things, and she finally started doing it. Because it's been on her for a long time. She wanted to. They're afraid. And you have some of the women out there, the more younger women, they don't play that. They're going to say what they want. They're going to be like, no, I need a monthly card. I need a car. I need this. Because a lot of them follow, in these foreign countries, they follow our ways. A lot of us American women. Black, white, purple, green, orange, no matter. A lot of us, the majority, I can say all of us, but the majority of us don't play that. And they want to mimic after us. I was watching this one show, this one girl, she ain't been married a year, she wanted a dowry. I thought you had to get the dowry during when you get married. And the other wife got his car. She felt like it's her car because they were married. So I don't know what their laws are, but I don't think they have the same laws as us. They may. But if he had that car before he married the first wife, that's his car. She gets no dowry off of that unless they have a law that regardless of what you had before, when you get married, it's theirs. So they may have different laws there. I don't know. But I know one thing, I wouldn't go for it. It don't make no sense. So, I want to talk about they have different, they have a lot of different laws, a lot of conflict of interest. They want to be treated equal. They want to be compared to American women, and their marriage laws are not the same, or it's equal versus not equal, due to alimony, things of that nature. So on to my next topic. So I want to talk about a recent event that happened that many folks are talking about. A latest celebrity singer who had a conflict of interest with a record company. You all may know who I'm talking about. So I want to say something. I do know a little bit about the business. My mother was in the entertainment industry before she became a minister, and some people might say, what's the difference? Well, I've said this on many occasions, there is a difference. So I want to say it's important what you join, what you be around, who you be around. And I understand she was considering going independent. I'm not quite sure if that's the case. But you should always want to be independent. And I believe it was one rapper, she had her own record company, and her father was a cop, and she had her own record company, but she was in many movies with mainstream. But I'm sure her dad had that contract looked at to make sure it wasn't no hanky-panky, but she started out with her own thing. So this way, all her revenue, all her funds came straight to her. And she probably owned all her masters and her what they call that, catalog. But from what I'm hearing, this young lady felt that her royalties were taken. Now, I know my godfather, he is a celebrity, and his royalties was going to his son. His son is no longer here on earth, but he had it set up. And then it depends on who you're dealing with, what type of people. People that really want to keep money coming in, and they want you to put a good word out for them. And that's with any business, car auto shops. When you're having constant problems with that auto shop, you're not going to refer them to nobody if they don't know what they're doing. They're going to constantly be in the better business. But I was looking up this one company, and that company been around forever, for years, and then new people took it over. Some foreigners took it over. And I'm like, if you don't know what you're doing, baby, then you need to stick to the dollar stores. Stick to the dollar stores and the food restaurants. Don't mess with auto if you don't know what you're doing. Now, there's some Chaldeans that really know what they're doing. They fixed my brakes, and they did a wonderful job. You have to be gifted in what you're doing or trained very well. People are constantly bringing their cars back, spending tons of money. And if you have a warranty and get it done for free, there's always a problem. So I would never take my car there, and I wouldn't refer them because they got nothing. And it's like they don't care. They just want to get what they can get. Aren't you worried about the publicity? Don't you want people to come to your business? Don't you want to keep revenues coming in? This one guy, he makes sure he pays his artists because he wants them to feel good about what they're doing so they can keep their money rolling in for him. If you're constantly, ripping people off, they're not going to want to perform. And then there's some cutthroat, ruthless people that just don't care, depending on what group you're dealing with. They senile. But anyway, so back to this lady that supposedly claimed that these folks owe her lots of bread, royalties. She claimed that stuff was taken. First of all, let me say this. And she said she didn't know a lot from what I heard allegedly, and this is all allegedly, for no malicious intent, for educational purposes and acknowledgement of fine arts and crafts, and acknowledgement of entertainment, and also spreading knowledge and knowledge to be knowledgeable about a little bit about the business and the importance of being independent. So, and some of them collab with celebrities, but they still stay in their lane. They stay independent. They do an independent contract, like, hey, we doing this, and after this, it's over. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. So you go your way, I go mine. You don't even want to hang out and party with a lot of them, because you don't know what you're going to get yourself into. Now, you made your bread, go back to the hood or wherever you stayed at, in lower middle class or middle class. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be out there where they at. You want to be somewhere in an isolated situation, maybe a land with own the land and have some ranch put on there. Be out far, away from everybody. Don't go to parties. Don't hang out. A lot of times they want to see you get in trouble and use it against you later. And no matter what color they are. So, I understand she got involved with some things or whatever, but, and didn't know what she was getting into. But, I want to say this. So, if you don't copyright your stuff or pattern your clothing line, whatever designs that you have, copyright your music, copyright your art, or patent your art or whatever. If you write it and you don't do that, then that's on you. If somebody ripped you off and took your stuff, now it's very rare, but it's possible that you could get a person, I don't know why my earring will not stay this way, and I think it's getting ready to come off. It's going to fall off in a minute. But if you don't have a good entertainment lawyer and not nobody from Hollywood, you get somebody from that's not connected to nobody. That they have business and they understand also entertainment business. not, you don't want nobody that dealt with celebrities. You want somebody that have not, maybe a different kind of entertainment attorney, sports or something like that. But you want to be careful, because a lot of times these crooked lawyers could be possibly in cahoots with these elites, allegedly. Never know. It's always good to just be aware of, your surroundings of who you're dealing with. Do a background check on them. Find stuff from, see how many stars they got. But it's too late once you don't copyright it. I remember I was at a young man's place, and he wanted to do something with one of my songs. And I said, well, I hadn't copyrighted it yet. He was like, well, if that's what you want to do, that's fine, but, I can fix it up for you. Now, he was somebody that I know that I probably, at least I think I thought I could trust. And he was younger than me. I said, I must be hot if you're younger than me, baby. And he want to take my stuff, but I'm not saying he was going to take it, but a real friend was like, yeah, get that copywritten, get that straightened out so you want to have that done. But yeah, when you do that, bring it back and I'm going to help you with it. And then what? Because he was saying something about if I put something with him or he put something with it, he has to be copyrighted. It has to be copywritten. Or he would have to, I said, of course you want to copyright your own stuff. You're putting something on there, you're adding to my stuff. And I was like, but if I say something about you, or we do you in my video or something like that. But he was talking to me like, he was friendly, he was friends, we were close and cool, but it was like, he was saying in so many words that he would sue me, that if I did something without his permission, you know what I'm saying? So you got to get things in writing, like, I'm going to be doing this for this person, voluntarily, I don't expect to get paid, because, at this time, there's no real revenue. I'm just doing this for publicity, for this person, or as a love volunteer donation to this person's art. You have to, and then get it notarized. Some people say, well, take it to a lawyer, blah, blah, blah. As long as you get it notarized, even if you mail it to yourself, some people call it bootleg, I don't know. But if you mail it to yourself, or if you get it notarized and you mail it to yourself, or if you put it in your phone has a date on it, and put your last 4 of your social security number on there, and put the date when it was done. Now, these young folks say they got some stuff they can do through the computer, through the phone, and it copyrights it. I've had 2 young people tell me, and I don't understand nothing they're saying. Because I'm old school. Mail it in, baby, with a money order, and they mail you back your serial number. Bam, boom. Once you get that serial number, they're not going to touch it, because they can literally be sued. Now, what she should have did, or what she could have did, was left the country and went out there with homeboy out there in Indian land and said, I need your help. I need to slam this legal business to get it done. And don't be nowhere around. So you ain't got to be up in people's face, or people who you study talking about it, and there's a conflict of interest with your people, and then they see you, they're going to argue with you about it. And now you're in an argument. Amongst other things, You can get into a fight or anything. Folks fight over money. So, but they may look at it like, we don't owe you nothing because you didn't have your stuff copywritten. So why is you out here flabbergasting, putting down this company? It doesn't matter if a company is crooked or not. If you're talking about them and giving them bad publicity, that's not helping. That's not helping you get anything back. And you could be around other people that may know them and they hear you talking and running your mouth about it. Don't say nothing at all. Just be quiet. Say, I messed up. I didn't get my stuff copywritten, so I got played. And I didn't get paid. Plus some pennies and some popcorn. Take it as a loss. Chop it up. Learn from it. And say, you know what? You don't even own a catalog. You don't own nothing. No one can get your royalties unless you don't own it. They're not going to dare take anything that has a serial number that they don't own. If they do, they know they can get a lot of trouble for that. Serious trouble. You ain't got to say nothing to them. You go to somebody that can help you with a powerful lawyer that's not connected in that industry and let them know. And they're going to tell you you didn't have your stuff copywritten. Ain't nothing you can do. And if you do, and they had the nerve to do it, these people had the nerve to do this, and you own this, oh, that's a lawsuit and a half. You not only gonna get paid back your stuff, but you're gonna get paid more for mental anguish, them taking it, all kinds of stuff. You're gonna get super though. I wouldn't be nowhere around. I'd be in another country dealing with my lawyer right here in America. Like, hey, you handle that. I ain't trying to bump into them and we getting into an argument and a fight about some stuff. It's conflict of interest. Take all your valuables and hit the road. Leave the house there for your kids, whoever. They don't want to go, they can stay. One lady was arguing with this one artist about, she didn't get permission from me. All the lady was trying to do was pay homage to her because she liked her song. And you should have called me. She ain't got to call you. She can pay for that sample. If it's not owned by you, she can pay for that sample. And then she took it down from what I heard. So that means she took a loss on her funds because she had to pay for that sample. Whatever she paid, that's a loss. She took a loss just to satisfy you so that you wouldn't be upset. And she calling all kind of names saying she do this and she do that, all this. Well, okay, if she do those things, then just pray for her. If she ain't serving the God that you believe in and she's doing whatever, just pray for her. Or you could have talked quietly behind the scenes and said, hey, tell her that, I wrote that, you know what I'm saying? But they took it from me. So out of respect, I would appreciate it if she wouldn't do it because, I was dead wrong. And she probably would respect that and say, oh, wow, well, they did that to her. Oh, I ain't even going to do it. Well, I just want you to know I was trying to pay homage to you. And she would have been like, well, you can make another song for that song that you wrote, and you can put me in it and say you pay homage to me for me singing that particular song. That's the fact that she did sing it. But as far as ownership, no. She said they never wrote a lick in their life. They don't know nothing about no right. They ain't wrote nothing. Well, maybe they didn't. But they took ownership of it because you didn't own it. And it takes a real friend of a producer. If he got super though, and he really like you, which is usually they don't mix business with pleasure because it's a conflict of interest. But if he just wants to be a cool mentor type of dude, he would like, hey, did you copyright your stuff? You might want to do that because you could lose your royalties. I mean, that's a needle in a haystack that you're going to find somebody like that. I was working with a young man. He was in the studio, and he hired me as the secretary to handle his receipts. So the guy was rocking to his stuff, and I'm like, that guy's rocking to your stuff. You better get that copy written. And he kept ignoring me. I says, dude. But I found out that they do stuff through the phone. Because the guy said, what's your name? And he's putting his name on something or whatever. So the guy was actually putting his name on it, saying that, that was his music, which was honest, which was nice. And it was downtown Detroit somewhere. And he took me into a professional studio. And the guy kept saying, go back to the hook, go back to the chorus. I didn't know what they were talking about. And it was a horror song. It was called Rich something. It was funky. I'll never forget it, but to me it could have been a hit. But I always tell people, be independent. And sometimes they'll come at you and want you to make an offer for you to go. I know a guy that was with a local company. Now he's with a mainstream company. And I seen some things that I was like, wow. I didn't think he would, I thought he was going to stay independent. I ain't going to say what I saw, but all I can do is pray for the brother. I don't know. I mean, hey, however you got to go. If you got Jesus, don't matter. You got to pay the piper for what you. One lady said, who you serve is who going to come. She was saying at the services for the young lady, who you serve is who going to meet you at the end. And the devil come to sift you as wheat, catch you off guard. Sometimes you got to just turn your back and walk away and run away from the devil and take your chances. And tell them, catch me if you can. Because if you out here talking and you running your mouth and you saying things that you shouldn't be saying, you know what I'm saying, you get caught lacking in the field. And the devil come to kill, steal, and destroy to take your soul. There's not a game in that business. And folks were doing anything just for a commercial. Some folks will take the soap out of their bathroom that their mama got to use to wash up and go and sell it to try to get whatever. And don't care if she don't have no soap. I'll buy you some soap, mama, when I get rich. You don't own nothing. It's a conflict of interest. You know? And I was going to say, too, no company, organization, jobs, career should have any life insurance on you, only a loved one. Business deals with life insurance is a no for me. Money, the Bible says, money answers all things, and it is good for the soul. But it is also the root of all evil, too. So, you want to make sure you're not using it for the root of evil. Because it is the root of all evil. She learned late in the game. Nobody schooled her. People want to fight for her to get it, but you can't fight for nobody to get nothing if it was not copywritten. You can say you wrote it all day long. I can sell my crowns and put my name, my little slogan name. I don't say stage name, but slogan, my own slogan. I got a few. And they can take that whole thing. Now I can say, well, I said I owned it on this channel. They can say, okay, you said you own it, and it's on there saying that you own it. That's good. But it's still good to have a serial number. Because somebody else can come up and say, well, I thought of it, and put a serial number on it. And you can say, no, I had it first. Ain't nothing you can do about it. It's gone. If I let that brother took my stuff, it's been gone. Because he was just loving it. Oh, I love when you said this, and I love when you said that. Oh, wow, that's powerful. That could be this, and that could be. And then I had a little sample. I didn't even own it. It was from a movie. It was a theme song for a movie. But I was only just going to take a little bit. He said, well, you got to get permission. I said, you got to get permission if you take so much. But there's so much that you can sample that you don't need permission. And it's like a drop or whatever. You just might want to check with a lawyer and find out so you don't get sued. But they're not going to really sue you unless you make a lot of money. You make a lot of money, it is coming. So it's best to get permission. And one guy just finished doing that. I think they settled because they didn't want to go through that. They didn't mean no harm. They were just liking what he had, and they were showing homage to him. And they probably apologized to him, said, we sorry, we didn't mean no harm. And he probably said, okay, I'll drop the lawsuit. And they said, we'll give you a percentage, whatever, of that, and then, and ask, we would like permission to use that. And he gave them permission. And they taken it, he said, okay, you have to give me a percentage for what you already made in the future. And then it's over. People took stuff from my godfather all the time. He never took him to court. He never sued him. He said, y'all just making me look good. Y'all might be thinking y'all making yourself look good, but you making me look good. They're going to come buy my stuff more now because y'all constantly, they're going to know that's my stuff. Why they copying his stuff? Oh, they paying a lot of homage to him. Oh, he must be the stuff. Everybody using his stuff. Oh, he the stuff. He the stuff. He said, he don't have a problem with it. He said, it's just respectful to come and ask the person. He probably didn't want to, my godfather wouldn't even want a percentage off of it. I don't want a percentage. Just ask for permission and let everybody know that you use my sample, that was mine, just to show some respect. That's just how my godfather was. That's how he is. He's very old. Now, that's not a good way to do business because they still could turn around and come and sue you. So you might want to get it. Well, okay, I know you're saying it's okay for me to use it, but that's a verbal agreement. That's a verbal agreement. That's not a written agreement. You got to get it in writing. And whether you go through a lawyer or not, you both agree and it's notarized. If they try to take you to court, all you gotta do is show that letter. They got a copy. You get two. It's best to get three. You can get one to that lawyer that's already notarized. You keep one, and he keep the original. You got an original, and the lawyer got an original. So you want to keep three. And that lawyer was, well, you signed saying you agree to this. There wasn't no lawyer legal papers like that, but you did agree on the song. And whatever copyright serial number that song has, that person has to have that number. That's why it's good to have a lawyer, because the lawyer can tell you if that's the right serial number. Because they can say that's the serial number and that ain't the right serial number. And all it's going to be, you said because it could be 1,000 titles like that. And if you say, well, sorry about that, y'all. If you say even their name, okay, this was the one that they made, that will help. You know what I'm saying? And then they sign their name, saying my name is so and so, and I made this song so and so and so and so 19 such and such years, 1979 and 2000, whatever. And they can't say, well, I accidentally put the wrong code. It could be a whole other song that they agreed to. So they got to put the title of the song. But a lawyer can investigate and find out what the serial number is. And then say, okay, this is the serial number, and bam, boom. Then you got to pay that lawyer. You got to come out of pocket. But it's best to do it that way. Instead of any percentages is made off of the song, they get a percentage. Or if they say they don't want no percentage. And I know if it was me and I was using my godfather, he going to say he don't want no percentage. Let her have whatever she want. She just doing her legal business, that's all. It's making nobody going to sue her. I ain't going to sue her. You come on there and support it. But a lot of people don't do that. Most people don't do that. He looking at me like, I thought we was close. He was looking at me like, no, I sue you. You put my name on anything and put me in anything. And I'm like, wow, what happened to the... Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Remember that song? Da 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 da. Ooh, da da da. Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? Where is the love? I remember that song. He said, bump that love, you use my stuff, you gonna sound like that. And then, yeah, he'll sue me, but he was trying to take my stuff, and there wouldn't have been nothing I can do about it. Because I didn't follow my mind to say I was going to take it home and cap. Oh, that's my buddy, he ain't going to do it. He going to fix it up, and then when he give it back to me. No, he already put it in his computer and own it. So when you try to go use it and say it's yours, he going to sue you, and you going to be like, well, I wrote the song, I let him fix it up. And I was going to get it copywritten, and he said, no, if you want to do that, he didn't say no. He said, if you want to do that, then go ahead. But he was saying it like, you can trust me, I ain't going to let nothing happen. No, a real friend was like, yeah, it's best that you get that copywritten. You always want to have your stuff copywritten. You'll never leave nobody with your stuff. I don't care if it's your mama, your brother, your sister, your cousin. You don't do that. You get your stuff legally taken. They want to enhance it, they enhance it, they put their name on it, say they did that. And then they'll, see, he was trying to fix it up so that way he can get paid if some money come off of that. So, well, I did that part. So whatever he's doing, he has to put down what he did and put his name on it and say, I did this. And of course, I would agree and sign something, say, yeah, he did that particular part. It's my song, I did the whole song. But he added this, or he fixed it up and did this. That way he can have parts. He didn't come up with the idea to hold the words. He just added some stuff. He get paid for that. And of course, he would have said, well, I did that part, so we're going to put it on this thing so we can get the little $9.99. We get paid every time, but he would have been making sure he getting paid for his part of what he did. And I would have to make sure I get paid for my part. And not, he'll be getting paid off of it, and I won't. Some stuff they got now, you get 99 cents a dollar every time somebody plays your song. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say, you guys. I'll talk to you guys in a minute. You guys have a nice weekend. Thanks for watching an Evening Wit Heidi, the multi-variety show. Bye.